Hello, 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 everyone. If you are here, I would love for you to say hi. I am back on the air today, and I'm so excited to be with you all, especially since I had to miss my show on last week because we had sudden death in the family. Thank you all so much for your prayers, well wishes, the inboxes, and all the just love that you showed me and my family. And that's my mom's side of the family, the Maris. And my uncle unfortunately passed away suddenly, and I'm still, prayerful and for our family. And thank you so much. I am so excited to be back on track with you all on today. So, of course, let me know that you're here by putting a comment in the box, and so I can show your comments. And please, 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 as I always ask you to do, I want you to share the broadcast. Share the broadcast with your followers so they can hear this great information. And I would love, love, love for you to take a moment to go to my website and download the free, there's a free download that's called Dispelling the One-Page Resume Myth. It's a great quick read, and I give you some great tips on how not only to elevate your resume, but just basically dispelling the myth of a one-page resume, because it all depends. So go to my website, get on my list so that you can hear about all the great things that we're doing. And I don't announce everything, but if you're on my list, you will have privy information. If not, some information that my general audience won't know, but information only for people who are on my list and who are part of the iRock community. So go to my website, iRockResumes.com, and sign up for your free download on today. So thank you so much for being with me on today. I got Pam. Hi, Pam. Thank you so much for being with us on today. I sure appreciate it. So I'm so excited to be here. And Pam was going to be with me talking about discovery calls. And I think I told you all, she unfortunately had some back issues and wasn't able to join. So we're going to have her as a guest soon. She is my Chief Engagement Officer. And she does, many of you all have met her. She does my discovery calls and tells you about all the great things that iRock has to offer. And my clients fall in love with her. So that's why she's my client heart or engagement officer. So glad to have you with us. Yay, Pam, hi. So thank you so much. And let me know who else is out there. Share the broadcast, and then we will get started. Let me go ahead and, of course, Who am I? For those of you all who do not know, I am Nickquolette Barrett, also known as the Get Hired Strategist. And I am so excited to be here with you all to give you all of this information. And today's show is sponsored by the iRock Job Landing Packages. And I want you all to understand what those are. Our job landing packages are your solutions to all of your career branding and job search needs. Now, this whole month is all about why a resume is not enough, just a resume. Some people come and just want a resume, and I understand from a financial perspective, that's something that sometimes people can only invest in at that time, but usually your resume is not enough. You need a strategy, a whole career branding strategy in order to make your job search stronger and also reduce the time that you are looking for a job. So that's why this month is all about our job landing packages. So you can go and take a look at those and see one based on your level, your career level, that will fit into your needs, and you get a chance to talk to Pam. Pam will tell you even more about it. Yeah, whoop, whoop. So, and let me see. So what I do basically is help you land the job of your dreams and create a career that rocks. And what does that mean? I not only help you land the job and hear the words you're hired, but I also coach you to make sure that you keep the job, because it's not enough just to get the job, but how do you manage within the actual corporate structure? So how do you handle your workload? How do you make sure that you're on the right track to get probably a promotion? And how do you set yourself apart within 90 days of actually landing that job? So I'm not just going to send you out the door with a shiny new resume. I'm going to make sure that you are able and have all the tools and strategies you need to strengthen who you are as a career professional. Yes, I do all of that. So my focus is to help you with the tools and the solutions and coaching so you can hear those words, you're hired, and keep that job. And I'm always honored to have you all join me every single week when I pour out in my heart and my soul everything I can give you to help you. Now, all of these lives are also on my YouTube page. So I would love for you to go out to my YouTube channel and also subscribe, because that way you would get first notice of all of the actual lives that I do. And there's about 100 videos that can help you anywhere from career development, resume tips, LinkedIn tips, all kinds of things that I've been doing down through the years that you can binge watch and watch all of those and really rock out your career or your branding on your own. And if you need additional help, that's what we're here for. So go out there and subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can just search for Nickquolette Barrett and they'll say the Get Hired Strategist, and that would be me. And eventually I will have my own vanity URL. So go out there and subscribe. Make sure you click the button, the bell, so that you can get notified when I am live and on the air. Now today, let me see, this month, like I already said, is all about why just a resume is not enough. And today's topic is the age-old question. Let me stop my little tickers here and get this down. Oh, I got some more people joining. Hey, Anya! Oh, it's so good to see you. That's my client, y'all. Hey, Anya! I hope everything is well. You see, I'm all high-voiced. So glad to see you. Hey, Jason, thank you so much for being here as well. Thank you. Share the broadcast, you all. Anya and Jason, please share the broadcast so others can get on. So I'm going to talk about the age-old debate of do I or do I not need an actual cover letter? And that debate is always around. And just like the one page, do I need a one-page resume or two? Certainly not 7, and I have seen 7, but it's 1 or 2. So again, dispel that myth. Go join the iRock Resumes VIP list and download that so I can tell you all about that. But today it's all about cover letters. And what I'm going to tell you is yes, you do need a cover letter. Okay. And of course, that's in my own humble opinion. There are recruiters out there, there are hiring managers, and even some people in my career practitioners that are in my same industry that may say, no, you do not need it. But I am of the opinion it's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it, right? So I say, yes, you definitely do need an actual cover letter. Now, the thing is about what about a cover letter is that really you really have to have a good cover letter. And when I say a good cover letter, it's just not a blanket cover letter. It's really good and captures the attention of the reader, and that's what you want to do. And some of the key things that you need to look for is to make sure that it's organized, that it actually matches your resume, because sometimes I see cover letters that has a whole different type of font or different organization to it, or even a different background or setup that doesn't even match the resume. So you want to come off as professional, make sure all your career branding is in sync. Again, branding. So now say, for example, if one of your favorite restaurants that you see, especially a franchise, you will recognize it by their branding. But what if all of a sudden you roll past and all of a sudden there's one color over here and another color over there and something over there? It will confuse you. You don't know what they're trying to represent, but you recognize people based on their brand. So you are a brand as well. And that's why it's so important to make sure that it looks good as well. So today I'm going to discuss the 5 things that you need that for to make a cover letter really good. But of course, before I get started, I always like to show my little commercial. So I will be right back. Let me hide this and get over here. So I will be right back. And I'm back. All right, so let's get started. Let me see who else we got there. Hey, Miss Gina. Thank you so much for being here. I'm so glad, and share the broadcast with all of your followers as well. I'm so glad that you are joining me on today. Hey, she said, hey, First Lady. Gina was my baby, one of my babies of my group that I used to run at church, talking with the First Lady. You remember that, Gina? So thank you so much for being here. I'm so glad to have you with me, my dear. Virtual hugs to you, and actually virtual hugs to all of you all. Thank you so much for being here. Okay, so today, again, my topic is about the age-old debate. Do I or do I not need a cover letter? And I would say yes. And one of the things that I want you to understand about a cover letter that is different than an actual resume. Now, a resume, if you think about it, is basically a document of facts. It's facts of who you are as a professional, your career highlights, your accomplishments, your skills, your abilities, your talents, your competencies, your degrees, or what have you. It's really a factual document of your career. Now, what a cover letter does is make it more personable, because if you think about a resume, it's written in the implied I, right? But in a cover letter, you can actually utilize the words I, and you can make it personable as a way of saying, okay, this is something that I want you to read before you get into the facts about who I am. And that's basically saying that, yes, I want you to get to know me a little bit before you read about all the greatness that I have to offer your organization or your company, right? Whatever it is. And it's a soft way of introducing who you are to that reader, whether it be a recruiter or a hiring manager or both. So I always say, if there's an opportunity for you to send a cover letter, upload a cover letter, or even pass on your resume from hand to hand, always include a cover letter, because to me, a resume should never go out naked. It needs a cover. A cover letter, that is. Okay, kind of corny, right? Now, I do want to be a comedian, but that joke probably won't go over. But it gives you a better a professional experience or a professional presence when you are actually presenting yourself to that recruiter or hiring manager. So yes, to me, a cover letter is so good, and it's personable. So that's the difference between just sending out a resume, because some people, I don't even pay attention to the cover letter. Well, that's fine, but just because you don't pay attention to it doesn't mean the next employer who's hiring is not paying attention to it. So you know what? Take your chances. And again, it's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it, right? So let's focus on that. Make sure that you're understanding that the difference between a resume and a cover letter is basically a cover letter is more personable and gives them an introduction of who you are that's not as factual, but still gives some facts. Okay. Number two, it gives a guided tour of your resume, almost sort of like a journey that you can take them on, or maybe just a trailer. I just showed you all like my intro, right? It's almost like an intro, a trailer to the movie that's starring you in your resume. So if you think about it, it's given a highlight and overview of what you have to offer and what you are going to bring to the table. So it should give the best of the best, just a little snippet. And by being personable, you can slip some things in there that are totally about who you are. And I'll give you a good example. I just finished a resume for an executive who's looking to be a chief technology officer. If you're out there, you know who you are. And one of the things that he asked, well, I saw that you took a lot of the personal stuff off of my resume. I said, yeah, because with the level that you're going to, that's not something that we want to highlight all of those particular personal interests on that. I would rather talk about something like that in a cover letter. Now, I didn't include all of them because some of them really didn't align with what he wanted to do, but I picked out the best of the best and made sure that it aligned. Because one of the things that he had on his resume was like he liked yoga and stuff like that. That's nice. And yes, it's an executive, so I help executives too. But I said, no, we can't use that. But why don't we? But another thing that he talked about is that he volunteers with girls who code, and he also is still a coder, meaning that although he's in a higher level in the data industry doing data solutions, he still loves to code for fun. So I thought, hey, that's going to separate him from everybody else. So let's put that in his cover letter. So while it didn't have a place particularly in the actual resume, it made a great introduction to who this person is, especially for a male of that caliber and that level to volunteer for girls who code. That just, I was like, oh, that is like the sweetest thing. So I said, that is powerful in my opinion. If I was reading that, I'm like, oh my gosh, now I have an insight of who this person is. So therefore, it's more personable and you can put some things in there that probably won't fit into a resume. And it's all about what is the strategy? That's what I do, strategy. Okay, so basically that's what it does. Guided tour of your resume before they get into the actual resume. So you're giving them those highlights and more personable about who you are, okay? And number three, it should speak directly to the actual job. Now, while I create a great tailored cover letter for you, it's still your responsibility to tweak it to speak to the actual job that you're applying for within the industry. Okay. Now, like I tell people with a resume, when I create a resume for you, it's usually, well, not just usually, it's always tailored to a unique industry and job that you're looking for, and it's unique to you. Now, when I say industry, it can probably be tweaked a little bit for different roles in that industry. But if you're in the healthcare industry and all of a sudden you want to go into the, let me see, the pharmaceutical industry, no, that's still the same thing. Let me think. Let me think. Maybe business. It's not necessarily going to match, right? So it has to be or maybe I should say insurance, kind of, sort of, but it can't be a total different industry because otherwise what you're doing then is sending out this resume blanket to anything and hoping that something will stick, almost like spaghetti trying to stick on the wall. You can't do the same thing. So basically, cover letters, you have to make sure that they are tailored and have some kind of nuance in there about the organization that you're speaking to. So I do tailor cover letters for you, but I also have tricks in there that gives you the hints on what you need to do for a specific job. So it needs to speak directly to the job and not just give a blanket, plain, boring cover letter that you use for everybody. You don't want to do that, okay? So that's another key that makes it a good cover letter. Okay, let's see. Number 4, you get a chance to promote yourself as the best candidate. While the resume talks about your skills and your abilities and are very direct and pointed toward that, you get a chance to boast a little bit about what you bring to the table. So there's an opportunity for you to promote yourself, right? So again, it's the trailer before they get to the movie, which is your resume. So take that opportunity to tell them why you would be the best candidate. And you could speak about your relationship building skills, your interpersonal skills, or something that, and I don't want to give you all my tips and tricks, but I did this wonderful thing for this one person where I actually talked about what people recognize them for. So it may be something in there that you can utilize that separates you from the competition. Again, if you have a cover letter and the other person don't, guess what? You're already separated from the competition. So why not take advantage of that? Okay, so promote yourself as the best candidate. That's what good cover letters do. And then the last thing, my fifth one, is that a good cover letter always has a call to action. Now, people in the business industry understand what a call to action is. Like I just did for you, I gave a call to action. I said, sign up for my VIP community list, my mailing list, and you will get in return for signing up is my ebook, Dispelling the One-Page Resume Myth. Okay. So therefore, that's a call to action. And I also asked you all at the beginning a call to action to share the broadcast. And those who are just joining me, please do that. Share the broadcast, share the broadcast. Okay. So share the broadcast. That's a call to action. So in your cover letter, you can put a call to action in there as well. And that is, hey, call me. No, not like that, but you know what I mean. Call me because I would love to further discuss my skills and abilities in person. Call me at your earliest convenience. Let's discuss what I have to offer for your organization, because usually a resume is a snapshot of what you bring to the table. Now, if you have a resume that tries to tell everything, it's too much. It should be a snapshot. And your cover letter is asking for an invitation to sit at the table and have that discussion. So you're basically psychologically placing it in their minds to give you a call. So your documents can be placed in the call pile. And that's what you want to do. Have your documents in the call pile. That's the whole goal, right? A resume's job is to get you in the door so you can verbally tell them how awesome you are. And a cover letter helps you do that. And again, back to the basics, it's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it, right? So those are the things I want you to think about when you're determining whether or not you should go ahead and take an opportunity, take time out of going ahead and writing a cover letter. It takes a lot of time to write a resume. Then after you get that done, then you're like, oh my gosh, now I have to write a cover letter. And guess what? You're going to have to tweak it toward the jobs that you're looking for. You want to talk to them. If you send me a letter that belonged to somebody else, I don't want to read that. That's meant for so-and-so, so-and-so. But why don't you send a letter that's directed toward me? It's speaking to me. People like personal letters. I know we don't send them anymore, but really think about it. Don't send a blanket cover letter to everybody, and people can tell when you didn't put any effort into it. So that's why it's so important that you make sure that it's not only a good cover letter, that it's a great cover letter, because you are putting your time and effort into it. And you're talking directly to the reader and in relation to their position that they have to offer, that they're offering, right? That elevates you beyond anything else. Not everybody will tell you the TI truth. I tell y'all like a TI is. I've been in the hiring business for over 19 years. I know what we're looking for. I know what they're looking for. I know what resonates. I tell you this stuff from experience. I don't just talk the talk. Yes, I got a bunch of certifications. Yeah, but I have done it for years in the industry, in a leadership role, hiring people. And I've worked with hundreds of people across the U.S. at the enterprise for the company I work for years. And this is what we look for. I know. So therefore, I want you to make sure that you understand these tips are to help you. Let's see who else is on here. Hey, Renee! So good to see you. Virtual hugs to Renee. And I got, oh, yes. Okay, I'm going to mess it. I hope I don't mess his name up. Ottervaz. Hi. He says, hi, everyone from LinkedIn. Share the broadcast. And again, once this uploads and you all, if you are watching the replay, Let me know that you're watching the replay by putting hashtag replay, because that lets me know that you're watching it. And of course, share the information. And as I said before, if you're new to who I am Nickquolette Barrett, also known as the Get Higher Strategist. And what I do is work to make sure that you not only land your dream job, but that you keep it. So it goes beyond me just sending you out the door with a shiny new resume, and also using my, I think you all heard me about 2 weeks ago. I was so excited. I won the 2020 Career Innovators Award, honorable mention award for my iRock Star interview prep method. And I'm still over the moon on that. I competed internationally for Career Directors International to get recognized for this award. And getting an honorable mention is huge for me, because it's a method that I know actually helps you interview at the top of your game. I'm telling you, it works. And I'm so excited. And I even wrote a book about it. So go out to my website and look at that. Oh my goodness, Katrina. That's my old boss, y'all. Hi, Katrina. Virtual hug. Yes, it's better to have a cover letter and not need it. Yep, exactly, Katrina. Because if you don't have it and they don't want to read it, so what? But you should have it, and it helps you so much. I'm so glad to see Katrina. Katrina is one of the best bosses I've ever had. I miss you, Katrina. But I hope you are well, you and your wife. I hope you all are well. Virtual hug to you all. I'm so excited. But okay, so that's all I have for you on today. Now, I do have a special guest coming up next week. Her name is Gina Gardiner, and she is a national commentator, and she's going to be with us from London. So my show next week is going to have I'm going to be airing at hopefully at 12 noon. I'm still confirming a time, because right now at this time when I try to get her on, it will be almost 1 o'clock a.m. there. So I said, oh, probably not a good idea for you to come on in your time at 1 o'clock a.m. So I may be having this show next week at 12 noon live, so she can be on. So her name is Gina Gardner, and she is Uniquely You. Let me go down here real quick. Oh, yay. Thank you, Katrina. I miss you so much. Oh, yes. iRock Resumes. Pamela is putting that out there as well. So let me go back here and pull this for Gina. Okay, Gina is, my topic next week is going to be about enlightened leadership with Gina Gardner. She's a national TV commentator, politics and profit show with Rick Amato at Genuinely You. So she is going to be my guest from London, and I just love the accents over there. So I can't wait to have her on the show. So you want to join me on next week? I'll make sure I put it out there early as soon as I confirm the time with her, but it looks like it's going to be a lunchtime at 12 noon, because it'll be 6 o'clock her time. So 6 o'clock in the evening, that is. So that will be a more convenient time than me trying to have her on at almost 1 o'clock in the morning, where she probably has one eye open and one eye closed. So I want to be accommodating for her, so she can come and talk to you about enlightened leadership, because as we go into the month of July, my topics change, and it's going to be about leadership, because a lot of times we don't think about that we are leaders in our own right, and we are. Even if you don't have the title of being a leader, you are still a leader. And so we're going to be talking about a lot of tips and tricks about how to, separate yourself as a leader if you are in leadership, and how to get in leadership if you are not in leadership. So I'll be talking about that throughout the month of July. Oh, look, Shamel just said, hey, Katrina. You see that, Katrina? Shamel even says hi. Hey, Shamel. Yay. She said, hello, my friend. It's like a little reunion. I'm so excited for you all to join me. But again, go out to my YouTube channel. I am working really hard to get to 100 subscribers. I think I'm at 75 or 76 right now. If I get to 100, then I'll have my own URL. But right now, you have to Google my name. And yes, it's a long name. Nickquolette Barrett, also known as the Get Higher Strategist. But if you put in the Get Higher Strategist, I may be the only one, if not one of the only people that are called the Get Higher strategist, but I know for sure if you put in Nickquolette, I am the only one. So therefore, go ahead and subscribe and look at the other videos that I've been putting out for the last couple of years, and they're all about career development tips, tricks, LinkedIn, everything. So you can learn a lot, and it's like over 100 videos out there. So I appreciate you all joining me. Thank you so much. Let me see what else I got out here. Let's see what else. Anybody else? Any questions before I let you all go? Anything else? And I hope you all enjoyed the show. If you all did enjoy, give me some thumbs up, hearts, love, and all that kind of good stuff. So I know you enjoyed the show, because I so enjoy bringing this information to you. Check out the website, irockresumes.com. It's new and improved with some great updates on there. And again, download that ebook, one page, Dispelling the One-Page Resume Myth. And I love to have you all as part of the iRock community, the VIP list, so you can get insider information about things that we're doing, and also notifications on when we're doing this show every single week. Every week will be here next week, not the same time, but the following week. But I'll let you all know. But let me see. And if that's all, thank you all so much. Have a good one.